In this video, I'm going to do two word problems that is based on linear equations of two variable as class 10th mathematics. Let's begin with the first one. So in the first question, it says a man sold a chair and a table for rupees 1520, thereby making a profit of 25% on chair and 10% on table. And later it says that he makes how much? The total selling price is 1535 if he makes a profit of 10% on chair and 25% on table. So what we have to find out is the cost price. So we need to get the cost price of the each. That means cost price of a table and cost price of a chair. So this is what we'll do. We'll begin writing the statement. Let the cost price of a chair be X, cost price of a chair be X, and that of a cost price of a table be Y. Now, what do we know? We know this relation that selling price is obtained as what? 100 plus profit percent over 100, that multiplied by CP. So according to question, I can say that the selling price of the chair will be what? He's making a profit of 25% on the chair, right? 25%. So the selling price will be what? 100 plus 25, that is 125 over 100 into CP, and CP is X here, right? Similarly, if I have to get the CP of the other, this is the CP of the chair. Now, if I add the CP of the chair with the CP of the table, and in table he's making a 10%. So 100 plus 10 is what? 110 over 100 into CP, and CP is Y. And that should give us the total selling price, which is given as 1520. This is 1520. I can reduce it, but it's better if I take LCM here. If I take LCM, that is transposing 100 on the other side, I should get as what? 152000. Like these two zeros will be transposed. I can see this is divisible by 5, so I'll reduce by 5. 525 times plus 5, how much? 22 times. And if I divide this, this is 5, 3 times 15, 0 times 2, 4 times 20, 0, 0. So what I did, I divided each number by 5. In fact, I've taken 5 as common and divided by 5. So that results to give you this equation. I don't think it can be reduced further. So let's say this is the first equation here. So once we have obtained the first relation, let's figure out the second one. In the next case, it says if he is making how much? This time he sells and making a profit of 10% on chair. So chair is X. So 10% on chair is what? 10% on chair. So it's 10% is same way. That is 100 plus 10, which is 110X over 100 plus, and he's making 25% on the table. So this is 100 plus 25 is 125 over 100 times Y, and the total selling price is what? It's this time it is 1535. Now same way here also I'm going to take LCM only. So if I take LCM, this is going to give you what? This should be 110 plus 125Y, and transposing 100 to the other side. So clearly it is 1535. Now I can take 5 common over here. So taking 5 common, what you are going to get? Same way, it's 22X this time plus 25Y, and this is 00. I missed it. So this time I'll be dividing by 5. 5 3 times, 5 3 times, 5 0 times, 5 7 times, followed by 20. So I took 5 common and divided by 5 on the other side. So it's coming the second relation. Now once we have obtained these two equation, what we are going to do next is to reduce this. And for solving the linear equations in two variable, I'm going to use elimination method. So the first equation, this is the first equation. So if I keep the first equation next to the second, you can figure out what you can observe here. Observe the last two equation. As you can see that using elimination method, and if I multiply or divide something over here, right, one more time you can observe this one, that here the coefficient of x, which is how much? 22, is same as coefficient of y. And conversely also, you look into this, this is coefficient of y, which is 25, is for the first equation is equal to the coefficient of x in the second. So in this case, we can apply the trick of first adding these two equations. So on adding, it is how much? 47x. And this I am doing to simplify the working and nothing else. On adding these two again, it is 47y. And adding this to 0, 0, 7 plus 4, 11, 1, and this is 6. Now, if I take 47 as common and divide this by 47, right, generally it is divisible. And this is the trick used for solving equations of this pattern. So if I divide this by 47, it is 1300. So you check here that we obtain a very simple linear equation, right? Let's set it aside. Now the next time what I'll do, I'll solve the same two equation, but this time I'll be subtracting. So I'm going to subtract these two linear equations instead of adding. So on subtracting, the sign is going to be reversed. Okay, so sign will be minus, minus, and minus. So here what we'll get, 22 minus 25. So it should be what? Minus 3x. This is what? Yeah, that's minus 3x. And this is positive 3y. And this will give you how much? 300. And we are getting how much? Positive 300. Right. Here I am taking 3 common. So you'll get what? Minus x plus y. And if I divide by 3, I'll get this as 100. Now check here. We got two simple linear equation. And then it becomes very easy to solve these two. Now just by adding these two equations, the first equation which we have obtained was this. Let's put this next to this. So you can figure out that if I add these two equations, that's what I'm going to do. If I add this equation, this get cancelled. Y plus y is what? 2 times y, right? And this is coming as how much? 1400. And if I reduce by 2, I'll get how much? 700. So I got the value of y as 700. If I replace y in any of this equation, let's say, if I replace this y with how much? 700. So x will come as 13 minus 1300 minus 700, which is 600. So x will come from here we will solve to get x as 600. As you know that x plus y is 1300. So this is what we had to get. So we'll say that the cost of the chair I have taken as x, which is rupees 600, and the CP of what is this? Table, and that comes out to be rupees 700. That's how we will do this question. Let's move to the next one. Now, similar to the previous question, it says last year 1 kg of tea and 3 kg of sugar cost rupees 96. And this year the rates is increased 9, and it is increased by 15% on tea, as I can see, and 10% on sugar. So if the same amount, that is same amount is what? Amount was 1 kg, right? Amount was 1 kg in case of tea and 3 kg in case of sugar. So same quantity is bought here, and this time the price together is 1060. What we have to find out is the cost of or the rates of the tea in the last year. That means the original price before it was increased. So similar to the previous question, here also will be beginning with writing the statement. So I've taken the CP of 1 kg of tea, right, in last year as rupees X, and that of this sugar for 1 kg it is rupees Y. Now let's begin with writing the equation here. I'm doing for the last year. For 1 kg of tea, it should be what? X only, because the price is X and quantity is 1. And then 3 kg of sugar, so price is Y, right? And quantity is 3. So 3 times Y is given how much? 96. Now when I see the next one, so the price is increased. So the new price of tea is going to be what? It is 15% more. So it is what? 15% of more anything is 115 over 100x. And similarly, the new price you have to write in exam actually. You cannot write like this the way I'm writing. It should be 10% more. So it should be 110 over 100. So it's not x, right? It should be y 100. So increasing anything by 10% is like this only. So we got this to be the new price for the tea and this to be the new price of the coffee. Well, the quantity remains same here. So what you can say that this time 1 kg of this sugar and 1 kg with the price as this is what? This only plus 3 kg, right? 3 kg whose price for 1 kg is now this, right? On increasing. So 3 multiplied by 110 y over 100. And what's the new price? I can say it is 1080. 1080 point, no, 108.60. So check here. Now we can reduce these two equations to do elimination. So what I'm doing first, I'm taking 100 common from here. So it's 115x plus, by taking 100 common, I mean to say the LCM is 100 here. And that 100, I'll transpose it to the other side. This way it will remove the decimal because on multiplying this with 100, we'll get 10860. Now what to do in the next step? So we got the first equation. I can see we can take 5 common from here. So dividing this by 5 should be how much? 23x dividing this by 5. So it is 330, right? So if I divide, it's divisible by 5 by 6 times and 6 times. So it is 66y. And similarly, we are going to divide 10860 with 5. So if I divide it by 5, it is 2 times 10, then 1 times 5, then 3, that means 36, which is 7 times and 2 times. So this should be our second equation. So once we have obtained these two equations, you can figure out from here that it's easier to eliminate what? It should be of same, right? So multiplying 23 in the first equation, or you can multiply 22 as well. Yeah, that should also work. So what I'm doing, I'm multiplying 23 in the first equation. So you can say that it will give you 23 times x, and this is what? 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 6. So 96, 69 y. And similarly, I'm going to multiply 23 with 96. So 23 with 96 is 2208. Now I'll do elimination, and for elimination, I'll be subtracting these two equations. So you can see that on subtracting, so it should be minus here, minus here, minus here. This get cancelled. What I'm getting is minus 3. Yeah, minus 3 times y. And similarly, I have to subtract these number, that is 2172, right, from this. So this is 8 minus 2, which is 6. And this is 10 minus 7, that is 3. Yeah, rest get cancelled and there is minus. So we'll reduce it. What I can see here, that on, that should be 208. It should be 236. Yeah, 36 is correct. And this is also correct. So I can see on dividing, I'm getting y as 12. Now next, what I'm going to do is to replace y in the first equation. Here I'm going to replace this y as. So on replacing y here with 12, what I'll get here, x as, so let's say this is x plus 3 times 12. 3 times y is 3 times 12 is how much? 36 is equal to 96. So x comes out to be 96 minus 36, which is 60. Okay, so we had to get the original price, right? The original price of tea and coffee. The original price of tea, which we got as how much? This is first is tea, which is rupee X, that is 60. And that of tea we got as rupees 12. So that should be the answer because we have to find the rates of this.